Good morning, all. Hope my audio is clear. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You're very much audible. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you. So, for the past 2 days, we have been. Can you kindly make me as a co-host to share my screen, please? So we have been seeing into the fundamentals of data sciences, and the first day we saw about data science and exploratory data analysis and the data cleaning techniques. All right, and then how do you take a data, and we started working with the TIPS data set. On day 2, yesterday we started working with the NumPy array and on especially on pandas. Okay. Is my screen visible to you, right? And yesterday we were seeing about data manipulation, indexing, sorting, grouping, concatenation, and we started with the different computations that we can do it on NumPy. And in today's session, we are going to see about the visualizations using Matplotlib, the different plots, and also a few plots on Seaborn. All right, and some demonstration on Plotly and Bokeh will be shown to you. All right, at the end of the session, maybe not the session, the next session, a simple quiz will be given to you, and you need to take it up. It's like a multiple choice question from the 3-day sessions. All right, and afternoon session also we have like between 1 to 2:30, during which we have some review of the sessions that we have handled and some demonstration. So the first day we started with the first unit, right? Exploitation, the data science process. You remember the 8 steps, and then yesterday on the first day we saw about the mean, median, mode, the average, and qualitative and quantitative data. And then yesterday we started with manipulating with the pandas, the indexing, the grouping, the sorting, the filtering technique, the concatenation, the aggregation techniques. All right, and in the afternoon session, we work with NumPy arrays. How do you compute with NumPy arrays? Right? And today we are going to start working with the visualization of using Matplotlib, the 3D plotting, the geographical data sets. All right, and Plotly and some on Bokeh. Okay. Hope if you have listened to the 2-day session. So these are the content that we covered on first day, the 8 steps. Then on the second session, we started working with Seaborn. And also you remember I shared you a link of how to get it from directly from an URL about the salary.csv, and then the different functions, right? And how do you clean up, how will you find the null values, how will you find whether there are missing values in your data sets, right? And then give you an introduction about AI, ML, and GL and the difference between the three. And using pandas, how do you merge and join? All right, and the next day, yesterday's first session, we had methods and attributes, a list of methods and attributes you tried, and also in pandas we didn't complete concatenate, and yesterday we completed in the morning session we completed concat. All right, and then we went into data filtering techniques. You remember iLock, the integer location, and lock LOC with the labels, and how do you do a group by functions, right? And how do you sort using values and using indices. And then we started with the NumPy arrays, and these are the computations that we have seen in the NumPy array. All right. Okay. So now to start off with, okay, what is data visualization, right? What is data visualization? When you say a picture is worth 1,000 words, what do you understand from pictures? when I show you any picture, more than it is in written form, when you see picture, whether you'll be able to understand things out of it. Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah. So always you say a picture is worth uh, 1,000 words, right? It's worth 1,000 words. So if you give 1,000 words, people take time to read it and understand it, right? So obtaining insights from analysis of increasingly large data set is more vital on data science, right? So when you take the fundamentals of data science, if I'm going to have 20 lakhs of data, I cannot go through each data, right? Rather, if I see as a visualization of it, it will be, I'll be able to understand the insights. Remember, on the first day, I showed you about the COVID analysis, the graphs, right? If I'm going to show you in a tabular form, it will be difficult for you, but rather if it is of this form, it will be easier for you to do it, right? So the data visualization plays an essential role in both a small amount of data and large amount of data. Maybe in the afternoon session, I'll share my company's profile where we had students. Last time we had interns who come and they work for 4 months and they develop the project. One particular student worked with almost 5 crore data on geospatial data sets, right? And how do you visualize it? How do you find approaches? And how do you extract information? How do you understand from it? And also to make effective decisions, right? Effective decisions. So there are we take students who wants to for internship and projects. We take students who want to develop on their own. At CIRF, we have 3 to 4 pillars. I will share it to you the afternoon session. Right? What are the services we do, especially for the students? We provide the internships. We give hands-on training, and the students develop. Okay, and if the students are bright enough to handle the problems, we directly give them onto live project. Currently, we have 2 opportunities for students. If you have got any students as a full stack web developer who's versatile and working in in Drupal or in Django or on Laravel, kindly do recommend them to me. So we have a semester internship. They'll be giving into after the interview process according to the level of knowledge they have. We give them the data set and the opportunity to work for a live project. I would like the faculties from your college, if you have got good students, kindly to refer them to me. This is the company's website, cirf.co.in. You can get all my details and contact us. Okay, all our details when you give cirf.co.in, and you will get the details, the mobile number and email IDs and so much and so on. And I wish the faculties to refer some students, right? Otherwise, if you want students to get themselves trained on the Django, they could come learn for 4 months and then they will do their projects. Okay, so this is my contact number and my email ID. You can find it out. All right, and on the first day I was trying with data analytics, right? It wasn't working. Maybe let us try. How powerful is visualization? How powerful is visualization, right? And I will show you the testimonials because we are going to see about geospatial data. But different students, some students work on crop prediction, some work on ontology. I don't know how many of you know about ontology. It's a knowledge semantic based representation. They worked on user based content, and then how do you classify the semantic meaning of the data. So we offer for students, researcher and institutions, right? For institutions we make sometimes institutions, they have a consultancy project. They collaborate with us. We train students or we develop projects and give to students for consultancies. For researchers, we have one-to-one guidance, like 6 to 7 PhD scholars have completed. We train them, and this is PhD students. They develop projects on their own and guide them how to write journal publications, standard journal publications. For students, we provide internship and projects, internships and projects. These are the major areas that we are doing on. Wherever there are 2 blogs, you can find it out. What are the training stacks? Our major vision is to contribute nation through mentoring and innovations. And we train students, faculties, corporates, one-to-one assistants on the paper publications. We train you how to write papers. Okay, once you have quality of paper, then you get it. Collaborating for value-added courses, like as you know, even we have conducted value-added courses to SDIT on the month of May. All right, to establish innovation ecosystem, to provide summer, winter internship, work with research projects. If you've got patents validation, whether this product could be gone for a patent or not, and the filing of it, and placement assistance and counseling for career guidance, right? And we take development activities, and you can see through. If you could see, I'll just play one of the interns' feedback.
Hi, this is Srija. I'm doing my master degree in IT at Bhakta Memorial College for Women, which is in Korattur. I joined CIRF to do my internship for 4 months, and simultaneously I'm doing my project also, which is in the topic of real-time drought prediction using geospatial data. The class was really excellent. The instructor was really kind, and she was really patient. She felt like we were always supported, and I would really recommend my friends and my family as well to join CRR and to gain knowledge about machine learning and deep learning. And thank you, Doreen ma'am, to giving this opportunity to share my review. Thank you.
So this is one such, and also the value-added courses that we conducted. Some of the feedbacks.
Hello, I am Jennifer Isda from the Department of Computer Science Engineering, St. Joseph's Institute of Technology. I attended a 2 days workshop on the concepts of the data science conducted by Dr.Doreen from CIRF. Before attending this session, I had very little knowledge about the domain of the data science, but after attending this 2 days workshop, it helped me a lot to understand the concepts of the data science, and it also helps me to plan my career to become a data scientist.
So when you find time, you can find it out. And also, what are the training stacks we provide for students and also for research scholars, right? So data visualization is more important. We are going to analyze data, and also we provide courses on digital marketing. And it makes the students to be like freelancers. So data science, analytics, machine learning, and deep learning, web development, normal HTML, CSS3, Bootstrap, and also in the Django, Drupal, okay, cybersecurity, cyber forensics, knowledge management. I told you about Proteach tool. Like LabTech, anybody knows what is LabTech all about? LabTech? Anybody knows about LabTech? Can any one of you say what is LabTech? It's a document preparation system when you write journal papers, right? They give you the LaTeX, right? How to write it out using LaTeX. So that also we have given training, and we also provide 2 days workshop online. Some probably sometimes post September we'll be having the session. So if you're interested, you could join. For image processing for students, we are starting the session from coming Monday, right? It will be a 2-month session. Okay, kindly approach us if you or any of your students would like to learn from it. It will be a hands-on session and it will be useful for you, and share it to people who are in need of it. Okay. No, it takes so long to take it. Okay, this is what I showed you, especially for data analysis. I don't know how many of them visit the different websites. We need to set up our websites in relevance. How do you want to make it have analytics? It's taking time. Maybe sometime later we come into it. So the different packages that we'll be seeing in the session, Matplotlib will be the first one. Seaborn, Bouquet, Folium, okay, Plotly, GeoPlotlib, Pygal, and 3D plotting. Okay, so when you take Matplotlib, it's a comprehensive library for static, animated, and interactive visualization. If I'm going to have a data like this, how makes easy, and I could see how many gender of male and female. All right, those things could be visualized, right? So in Matplotlib, I can have an histogram. What is histogram? It represents the frequency occurrence of a specific phenomena whichever the specific period. For example, in your marks, how many students have got between 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, and 90 to 100. Okay, within a specific range of values and arranged in consecutive and fixed intervals. So how many were less students, how many type number of students are really doing good. Okay, so if you have got an age, income, sales, so you can have the frequency of each unique values for each attribute. So you can also have a columnar chart comparison between different attributes. Say for example, the same tips data sets, right? How it has been there, right? How many gender male, how many female, how many paid bigger price, how many gave good tips. Those things could be taken into consideration. Okay, those things could be taken into consideration. And you can have a box plot, like minimum box and plot, the first quartile, okay, the median, the third quartile, and the maximum. It looks like a rectangle from top and the bottom. All right, and also sometimes we call it as a box and whisker plot. Okay, you can have a pie chart that shows the static number of categories in each. So as a whole sum, you'd be able to find it out. And also numbers in percentage also could be given. And also the next plot is scatter plot, that shows the relationship between two variables, like how the values are being scattered between the minimum and maximum values, right? How many different data points and finding the similarities and dissimilarities between the data. And also, you remember on day one, I was speaking about outliers, and I don't know, one faculty asked it out also in outliers. Your age could be minimum 1 to maximum 100 or 110. It cannot be 1,000. Say, for example, if your data set has got a value 1,000, it will be clearly depicted in the box and plots or in the scatter plots, right, for the outliers. So now coming into Matplotlib in detail. All right. So this is the first level. Okay, first level of visualization package in Python. right? So it's a low-level library. The higher-level library is Seaborn. Okay, it is used to and emulates MATLAB-like graphs and visualization. And this is built on top of NumPy. You remember we learned NumPy array last month session, and here we are going to see about different plots, right? Matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. We import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT because pyplot is a matplotlib module that provides MATLAB-like interfaces, right? And here it's free of cost. It's not payable like MATLAB. All right, and here you can get a lot of different plotting techniques, right? From line plots, from 3D plots, for images, from contours. All right. How do you add a title to a plot? So pyplot or pyplot dot title. What is a label that you need, right? Title is a function. Title is a function that is used to specify the title of your graph. Now coming into I hope you can open up. Okay, so import matplotlib.pyplot as a module as PLT. X is equal to, I'm giving values like 10, 20, 30, and 40. When X is 10, my Y is 20, it is 20, it is 25. When it is 30, it is 35. When it is 40, it is 55. Can you see? So import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. I'm giving my x-axis values, my y-axis values here as a list, and plt.plot x comma y. So 10 comma 20, 20 comma 25, 30 comma 35, 40 comma 55, and then plt.show. Can you see the matplotlib graph here? Okay, and then you want to add title plt.title linear graph plt.show. First, let's create a simple matplotlib graph. How many of you have opened your Colab now? Post it onto the chat as done. Yes, please. And start trying the matplotlib. What way of you are there? Yeah, you are always awesome, ma'am. Saranya, ma'am. Thank you, Juliet, ma'am. Now I want you all to try this. Open colab.research.google.com and then just create a very simple graph using matplotlib. Import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Give the values on x and relevant values on y, then plt. See what we have imported here, right? plt.plot x comma y plt.show. I hope all of you are trying. Hope you're all trying. Hope you're all trying. You're trying this code, type you on the chat. If you're trying, type T on the chat. If you're a little faster, we'll be able to cover up more things. Yeah, done. Saranya ma'am is done. And Rajkumar sir is trying. What about others? Done. Complete. Very, very well. Okay. So if I want to add a title to it, PLT, see here itself, you can have the title. Before matplotlib.show, you can have it here. Just add only this and again run it. You will have it with the title. Before you didn't have it with the title, now you have it with the title. Yes, plt.title, whatever is that I want, I can get. Okay. If I want to add axis, x-axis, y-axis, I can give plt.y label and its label. Okay. I can add it to here, plt.plot, x comma y, the title and what font size I need, what color, x-axis, I'm giving just x-axis, y-axis, I'm giving y. And change the color to red or blue. Whatever I give within the codes, I will be getting. Can you see here? If I'm going to decrease the size, you think it's too big. Okay. Can you try adding an X label? First we had the plots, then we tried adding the title, then add the X label and how to import image. That is, you can have it, you want, that comes under image processing. Yeah, you can have your data on Google Drive and you can import it. Right from next Monday for 2 months, we have an exclusive course on image processing. Please do join. It will be a real takeaway for you, for your academics, for your research, and for so much and so more. We'll be dealing with all the packages. It is between Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 7 to 8:30. Okay. Individual, the course fee will be 6,000. 6,000. It will be a 40 hours course. Totally, it is a 40 hours course. Fully hands-on, and you'll be working on along with us, and all the doubts and queries will be. It's not recorded session. It's totally a hands-on session. That's okay. That's okay. That's a typing error. I do understand. Okay, how many of you tried this plot? Matplotlib.pyplot plus PLT, adding title to it, adding an x-axis and a y-axis to it. X label, Y label, yeah, done. Only 2 response out of 47. Only 2 response out of 47. Okay. So this is my screen scene. This is my analytics. Like on overview, how many people are visiting the web page. Okay. If I want to see it on real time, overview. Oh, thank you, Professor Mohammed. Okay, I could find how many of them are on to real time seeing to it. Real time last 5 minutes, there is no much of interaction. The audience, I can show you how people are visiting the website, maybe for the last 30 days or like past 3 months or 6 months. It does the data analysis, right? It analysis and gives me a visualization of the data. Right here, I can see how many new visitors, 69, and how this is between July 30th. Say, for example, if you wanted from July 1, okay, and if I'm going to apply, I'll get a graph kind as you see a line plot, right? So I can see in one, so when on the days, people, I had 827 visitors between June until yesterday from which country in India, in the United States, and from which city. Now let's see on to real time. Kindly type http://cirf.co.in. Let's see in real time. I could see 3 of you are seeing the website and all of you are on the home page. Kindly traverse to different pages. Just click on the link. 4 are on a desktop. Can you traverse to different pages? I can show you how it changes over here. They are from India. Only one person. Can I wish others also to open the web page and keep traversing to different pages of the website to show you a live demonstration here. One is from Bangalore. Quick. We are going to close this session and we are going to wait. Again, join back within 15. Anybody's trying? All right. Just 1 minute more, we'll complete it. I would wish people to try it out. Just click the web page and go to different pages of it. cirf.co.in. I've given it on the chat. Just click it on. Okay. So I don't know how many of you are really seeing to it. So this is a perfect example for data visualization with the pie chart, with the graph, with the count. Okay. So we'll break now. Again, we'll come back by 10:50. Over to the organizers.
Thanks, ma'am.
Can we start, please? Okay. So in the first session, we were seeing about matplotlib and the first plot, right? With an x-axis and y-axis, and with the title and giving onto the x label. And how do you add an x label? Like matplotlib.pyplot as plt. So we give plt dot x label of, okay, and then plt dot y label of, okay, whatever is the x label and the y label we have given it, right? So how do you set your limits? Okay, how do you set your limits? So you may have different limits, right? Like how do you set your values onto your x-axis, and how do you set your values on your y-axis? The limiting the markers, okay, limiting your markers. So I can show you the demonstration of it. Okay. Okay, so setting up my limits, right? PLT dot linear graph. These things we have seen on the first session itself. Okay, we have seen on the first session itself. Like font size is equal to 25. What about is the color green? Can you see PLT dot x6? Okay, yes. Last time we had x label and y label. Labels of my x-axis. Initially, I had the values here. Can you see here 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40? But now if I want that values to be there, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So plt.x6, x comma, what will be the labels, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. And when I want to have my y limits, when you see in the previous, my limit was the maximum value was 55 here. The maximum value of the maximum value was 55 here. So this is my x value. Okay, this is my y value, the upper limit, right? So, and then here, if I want to have set my limits, my y limits, I'm giving 0 to 80. Rather than 55, you could see the limit is between 0 to 80. Okay, so if I'm going to give as 60 here, all right, my x y axis limit, the maximum limit to be 60, I'll be having like this. All right, can you see here the difference? But rather, if I don't give my x limit or y limit according to my values on my x axis and y axis, matplotlib will be plotting between 20 to 55, because 20 is the minimum value of the x label and 55 is the maximum value of my y. So now you are able to understand, you can set your limits of your y-axis and how do you want to add labels, right? Sorry, how do you want to set your labels onto my x-axis instead of your default 10, 20, and 30, you can use x6 and y limits. All right, is it clear? Any doubts on x6 and y limits? Yes, please. If you're able to understand, type yes on the chat. If you have got doubts, type N on the chat. Thank you, Saranya ma'am. What about others? What about others? Thank you, Ajita ma'am. Yeah, you have done. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. So try with your x-axis. If you want to change the values of the labels, use plt.x6 and you can give the labels name, and y limits you can give whatever values you want to be the minimum and the maximum. All right, can I move on to the next? Okay. Next is adding legends, right? If you want to add what legend value? Can you see a GFJ? Or if I want to have something like a sales trend or something, okay, what does this line specifies? This is all for a demonstration. Whatever I'm going to give a legend, it will be added on to it. Okay, it will be added on to it. Okay, I want everybody, I will give you next 2 to 3 minutes. Try adding X-sticks, try adding legends and Y limits. All right, can you all try now? Yes, please. Once you completed, post it onto the chat as done. We are into matplotlib.pyplot as PLT and a simple graph. How do you use the lower level interface of data visualization using matplotlib? Using matplotlib. Once you have completed, post onto the chat as done. Other things we have completed, X and Y and plot. The same thing itself you can change. You're so fast, Saranya ma'am. Let me wait for others also to complete. Yes, Chitra Devi ma'am completed, Dinesh Kumar sir and Ajita ma'am. What about the others? Are you all trying? All right. Okay. So X limits, X ticks, Y ticks, okay, function to set your tick labels to your tick labels. And then if I want to add a legend, okay, so it's describing the elements of a graph. Okay, so I can give plg.legend of what name I want to have, I can have it onto it. So we have tried till this. I hope you're able to understand. So there are some important classes that we use here, figures and axes. Okay, so plt.figure of figure size. What size of figure you want to plot? Okay, using figure method. And axis method is for a flexible for creating subplots. Okay, for creating subplots. So you can use axis and the. So this is what we have completed. Yeah, PLT dot figure of. If I want to have figure of size 7, 5. So the entire size is 7 and 5. All right, and the face color is G. Okay, and the edge color is blue. Okay, and line width size. What is the size of the line width of this graph? I can give it, and I also create new axis for the figure FIG, right? I have implemented like PLT or figure into figure dot axis 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma 1. All right, and adding the data to be plotted into my AX dot plot of X comma Y into this area. Okay, and others are the same. Okay, the title X label, Y limit, X ticks, and the legend AX subplot. Okay, So import from matplotlib.figure, import figure. So plt dot this figure size. I can say, for example, if I'm going to make it as to be 10,8 and the face color to be red or something like that. You could see the change of size. Can you see the size of the graph is big and the face color is changed to be uh, a red. I have given as red. And the outline is still the blue. If I want the outline color to change to green, I can change G here. If I want a more thicker line width, I can increase the size. See visualization, can you see? It's a little different. You can do it how much ever you want. Okay. Okay, this is how you use plt.figure and adding axis and plotting accordingly. All right. Okay. Now, I'm going to have x and y and x. I have two graphs, right? Two line graphs that also could be given as line 1, comma line 2. Okay. First line and the second line, because I'm plotting onto two things, right? X and y and x. And having like a subplots ax1 dot figure and add the second axis 1 comma 0.1. Okay, how do you give the first one of the rows and columns and the second column, the first axis for the figure and the second axis for the figure? Can you see it is 0 and for the next its column number is 1. All right, you can have subplots also using matplotlib. Right, and there is an option of subplots. Okay, adding the first subplot and the second subplot. Okay, now moving on to our graphs that we have seen. Okay, moving on to our graphs. Okay, this is enough. We have seen about line chart. All right, we have so many things to see. Now we are going to see a bar chart. Okay, so how do you use a bar chart? Using matplotlib. Okay, using matplotlib. All right, so you don't see the things that are given in green. Okay, that are given in green. There's just command statements. Like already we have imported matplotlib, we have imported pandas, we have imported seaborn. I'm loading again the tips data set. Remember, from day one we are taking only the tips data set. On to my x-axis I'm having the days, and on my y-axis the total bill. You remember the same thing we tried it down on filtering or minimum maximum, something we tried. Same thing, we are doing it as a visualization here. So you know, Saturday the tip to higher, it's lowest on Friday, and I'm giving my title, the X label, the Y label, and a bar plot here. Okay, can you see a bar plot here? So it represents the category of a rectangular bar with length and width that is proportional to the value that is available on my data set. Okay, here it will be useful for you to compare between two values. Okay, compare between two values. I hope from day one we had been working with the tips data set, and you should have all loaded the tips data set. All right. Can you plot onto the x-axis the day and y-axis the total bill and plot a bar graph? And I want quickly everybody to try it. I'll give you next 3 minutes. Type it out and try it out. Quick, please. Because this is the FDP is a blend of hands-on session and the theory part. Once you have completed, post it as done on the chat. Yes. Can you explain the difference between box plot and pie plot? Yes, we'll be explaining to you. We have just started with the bar plot and we'll eventually move till the pie plot. Okay. I hope everybody are trying it out. Kindly to try it. Yes, please. Yes, thank you. Prabhu sir has done. What about others? I wish everybody to try it out. I hope you're all trying. Let me get response from few other people. Because once when you try it out, only when you get errors or something or the other you've done. Thank you, Azita ma'am. All right. And the same thing, okay, here I can also try with the color, right? What color I need. Okay, color is green and the edge color is blue. Okay, and the line width. Okay. So, and also now I'm going to go into plotting of histograms, right? Plotting of histograms. You remember we saw about histograms, right? You know what histograms generally does, right? To represent in which group they belong to. On the x-axis represents your bin ranges, okay? The bin ranges on your x-axis, and on the y-axis gives the information about the frequency of the data, okay? So here using the function, okay, matplotlib.pyplot as plt.hist of. Yes, you can customize colors in bar chart. Okay, this is Matplotlib, is a lower level interface. I will also show you few demonstration of a Seaborn, which is a higher level interface. There you'll find a bigger difference too. Okay. So when you take histograms, right, here you're going to basically focus on the frequency of data being used. Okay, frequency of data being used. Now you can see here. Okay, I have PLT of x. I have x value, and then I'm plotting my x value as what do I have on my x value? X axis I have the days, and then 76, 86, plotting the data, okay, of how my data were there on my Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay. And also I can define the bins. Say for example, x is equal to the total bill value. If I want to know the frequency of the bill, right, hist of x is equal to data of total bill, all right, and if bin size I'm giving 25 and the color is green and the edge color is blue, all right, and the line style is hyphen, okay, and the alpha value of that value is 0.5. Alpha always take a floats value, and I'm taking my as usual my title, my x label, and the frequency of it. It's all given in dollars, so you can see more people spend almost between nearing $20, people do spend the money on the restaurant from the data set that we have taken. All right, can you all try this? You can define the bins, or it will take the bins on it itself, but here I'm defining the bins. You can keep changing the color and also you can find it out. Quickly try, please. Once you have tried it out, post it onto the chat as done. Any doubts, please do ask me. Like one sir has asked about pie chart and bar plot. I will be explaining that soon. Okay. I hope you are all trying it. Already we have loaded the data set as data. X of data as total bill. How many of you are trying it? Type T on the chat. Type T on the chat if you are trying it. Thank you, Saranya ma'am. I know you try it. Yes, Ajita ma'am. I don't know what about others. You just switched on the system and you went off, or you're still connected. Kindly try it, Tushar sir. Even from mobile, you can open up a browser and give colab.research@google.com and then you can keep trying it. Yes, please. Yeah, you're trying. Only those are responding from day one. You're trying. What about others? There are so many people. I have not seen any message from you. You're silent listeners. We have 77 participants. Only listening. See, the time given for you is to have an hands-on so that, okay, like any few of you tried, then we move on to the next one. I'm happy that at least less than 10 of you are trying it. Yeah, thank you, Raju sir. So I use the same data set right from first day one of the session. What data set we are using? The same data set we are using till now. Okay. Okay. To have a better understanding, only we use the same data sets. Right. And if I'm going to have a scatter plot between x-axis and y-axis, On to my x, I'm going to give the days, and y-axis the total bill. Okay, so how the values are between the minimum total bill on Saturday is less than 10 and the maximum is greater than or nearing to 50. You can see the minimum bill amount and the maximum bill amount using your scatter plot. And also if there is any outliers available, also is there any outliers also could be found using the scatter plot. Now try the scatter plot. So scatter plots, you have to give x-axis, I'm giving date of day, and y-axis, I'm giving my total bill. So what happens? PLT dot scatter off, before which PLT dot hist off, right? Histograms of my x-axis. What did I give my x-axis? Only the total bill. Okay. Without anything, if I give, I get like this histograms. If you want to define the bins and specifically, then I go into this method. Okay. Or if you're going to use it for your research papers, just right click and you can save this image. Okay. And now we move on into your scatter plots. Okay, on your x-axis is my date and y is the total. You can keep changing different things that you want between x-axis and y-axis. And PLT dot scatter of x comma y, title, tips data set, and y total bill, x label and y label, and show the data. We have seen bar, histograms with the defining of bins and without defining of bins, and then now we are into the scatter plot. Try the scatter plots, please. Done. Thank you, ma'am. What about others? Waiting for others to complete. Okay. So also in scatter plot, if you want to have it with different sizes of different colors, also could be done. We are not going into it. Okay. So now one professor asked, I don't know his name, was asking what is the difference between the pie plot and the box plot. Arun Kumar sir. So now I'm going to define a list. Okay, listen carefully, listen very carefully. I'm going to define a list. Cars is equal to Audi, BMW, Ford, Tesla, and Joker. Okay, on the y-axis, I'm going to give the car data, right? 23, 10, 35, 15, and 12. Maybe it could be the sale of the data. All right, plt.py, the pie chart, the data is this, comma, labels equal to cars. So I'm going to make it like it makes the 100% of it. Right, remember I told you about the pie chart. Okay, so if when you take a pie chart here, so it takes the static number, shows the category, how it is presented as a part of whole out of 100, and composition represents in percentage or total sum of all needs to be equal to 100%. So same thing is only seen in the scatter plot. So we have seen line chart, bar chart, histogram, scatter plots, and now we are into a pie chart. Okay, pie chart. So pie chart is a circular chart, like box. You'll see like bars, and you can compare the values between the maximum values between the two any attributes that you're going to compare yourself with, or from the data set that you've taken. For example, if you're going to take pie chart, okay, the circular chart. Okay, so displays only one series of data, and here you use plt.py. I want everybody to try this. Very, very simple. Cars is equal to Audi, BMW, and the states. Can you see here how the pie chart looks like? Like which sale is more? Say for example, if I'm going to say the sale, which sale is more? Which company's sale, car sale is more? When you see from the graph, from the pie chart, which is less and which is more? You can also feel free to unmute and speak too.
So indicate with green is more.
Yeah, Ford is more and BMW is less. Okay, so I'm declaring two lists and I'm plotting according to the data, and labels I'm giving my car and I'm giving my title as car. Maybe I can give it as car data or car sales data. I'm just making so simply. Okay, for August 2022. Okay, if I'm going to give this and if I'm going to run it, you can find. Can you see car sales data August? I want everybody to try. I'll give you 2 to 3 minutes. Please do try. Kindly try the pie chart. Arun Kumar sir, is your doubt clear? Is there a doubt is clear? Arun Kumar sir. Okay, two of them have completed. Okay, two of them have completed. What about others? Yes. Venkata Swami professor completed. What about others? Yes, please. Okay. So these are the things I told you, right? It is of a lower level interface. It is of a lower level interface. Matplotlib. What is the next higher level interface in visualization? It is Seaborn. Okay, it is Seaborn. Like you have a package of Matplotlib, this package is the name is called as Seaborn. Okay, so it uses the power of Matplotlib, but the default you can find the stars will be more beautiful when you Seaborn in comparison with their Matplotlib. Okay, so since Seaborn it is built on top of Matplotlib. Okay, Seaborn is built on top of Matplotlib. All right, so and yes, you have already imported Seaborn. You remember we imported Seaborn, and also we have seen for the TRIPS data set. And also you can use pie chart like this. If you want to take only a part of it and then visualize it, each of them you can give colors, all right? And that is also possible. We are not going deep into it, okay? For using wedges, okay? Auto PCT, okay? Here it is used for wedges. It is used to have wedges from the data set, right? So, and also see forgot, and also if you want to save this, if you want to save this, and you can use it for your further thing, right? Like 2010, 2002, 4 and 6, the year and the protection of it, right? I'm plotting the bar graph, and I can give plt dot save as, okay? Save fig, okay? This function is to save fig. When I run this, okay, when I run this, you can see when I click on this folder here, you're able to see here the folder. You can see the output and output1.png. Okay, you can download it and then you can use it when you want to use it for research papers or for your presentations or something like that. There are two things that are downloaded: output. Like I gave, you will be able to download it. I'll show to you. Just you have to click on this. When you run this, you'll get it done here, and you can download it. It will be on your local system. Okay, it will be on your local system. It's my entire screen shared with you. You're able to see from where am I opening it. Yes, please. See, once it is downloaded, you have it in your local system and you can use it. Okay, and you use it. We have also seen how to define the size, fixed size. All right. Here I've given the face color is yellow and the box inches is tight and parent is transparent is equal to true. So it is of a different color. Right? Make a note of it of how to save figures. Or you want to try, you can try this. I'll give you 2 minutes. Now it's 11:04 to 11:06. Try for it. Because it's more important. It's not only you run it and get an analysis, more importantly, how do you save it and use it to your local system. And you can click onto the left and you will see near when you click the folder, and then you'll be able to open it up and see. Try it out everyone quickly, please. Any doubts, please do ask me. Or also post the questions on the chat. After you compute any graph, right, you can also use like plt.savefigure as. Oh, so fast you have done. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, please. Any doubts? Okay, done. Thank you. Okay. Now I imported Seaborn as SNS, right? Now we move on to Seaborn. You can find the difference here. DF is equal to SNS.Seaborn of load data set tips. Okay. SNS.count plot of I am using a count plot. Onto my x-axis, I'm going to have the gender and my y-axis. So how many people are going to the hotel? Males are the one who pay the bills more than the female. And also I can have sns.com plot x is the gender, y is my and the data is my data set that I've taken in this variable called df. Okay, df. And hue is how I want to split that particular column into my target variables. What would my target? Whether this patient is a disease patient or not, whether the student will pass or fail, or the sale will win or loss. Like that, here I'm going to take out of the male who paid the bill, whether the smokers were more or non-smokers were more. In the female, smokers were more or the non-smokers were more. Okay, in both I can see non-smokers were more in paying the bill. Okay, so I want you all to try these two now. Is my screen visible? Can one of you say yes or no? Is my screen visible? Try it out. Already we have imported Seaborn as SNS, and then df is equal to sns.load data set of tips and sns.count plot of x is equal to the render. It does the count plot, and the same way you can have the count plot for other columns also. See what are the columns we have. Okay, df dot d types or df dot n unique of. Okay, you know how many unique values are there. So to my x-axis, I've taken gender. You can take even with time. If I'm going to ask you to do with time, we'll have SNS dot count plot. What would be my x-axis? I'd be having it as a time and then comma data equal to df. Okay. Can you find people who come for dinner or more in comparison? They're less for lunch. And here I can have it comma hue according to days. If I want to know, I can have it as a day. So here with the lunch and dinner, I get it according to my hue. So I can find people more come on Saturday than Sunday for dinner. Okay, try with hue and also without hue. Does it make sense? When you want to explain it to students also, when you take this course for the students, ensure so you're able to make a valuable inference from the data set. Valuable inference. Can you find the difference between hue and without hue? First try this count plot. Just one single line. First try this. Once it is done, then I'll move down and you can try with hue and without hue. Fast, please. Yes, can you find the difference between the plots on matplotlib and countplot? Now try with and without hue with time, and also I want you to try it with the x-axis on smokers, and hue you can think your own variable. I want you to try now after you try with this. Quickly try with the time now. After you are you trying it now? Thank you, Saranya ma'am. Once you have completed, post it onto the chat as done. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. So now I'm going to show you the demonstration of how you can do different plots. Okay, how you can use different plots using CBOM. Okay, let me share. Okay, we are not going deep into the different plots, but rather I will show you. Then eventually we'll move on into plot linking. Okay. Do you have you got something new from this 3 days FDP? Have you learned something new? If you have learned something new, type new on the chat. Yes, Jayashri ma'am says new. Sarnya ma'am says new. Indra ma'am says new. What about others? Newton ma'am 2, 3, only 4 is responded out of 80. 5, let me see, 6, 7, 8, Okay, only 10% is listening, right? Out of 80, only 8 responses. Okay, now we are not going to try now. Rather, I'm going to show you a demonstration of how data visualization could be done. So listen now. It's a listening time. Thank you, Gopala Krishnan, sir. All right. Okay. Maybe sometimes at the end we are going to have a quiz so that you are going to play, you're going to answer to the questions and it will be self-evaluated. Let's see. Okay. So I'm here, I'm importing pandas as PD. Thanks, Anna. All right. And I'm taking my data set right from a website, right? Website URL. You remember on day one or day two, I don't remember. I gave you salaries.csv from a link and then you downloaded it, right? Thank you, Mutkumar sir, too, right? And here I'm importing a sales data set. This sales data set is all about the car accessories to be sold in US, and this is a benchmark data set. When you go to UCI Machine Learning Repository, you will get the benchmark data set, right? So from that data set, I'm running, all right, and so I'm taking directly from a URL right now, and if you could see, there are 78,000 plus rows and 19 columns, right, and 19 columns. So what is the opportunity number? What happened? Thank you, Bishwas, man. Okay. What is the type of data? What, see, I'm taking a CSV file here, right? The comma separated file. Once I load the data set into my pandas, what would be my type of data? Once I load a CSV file into my pandas, what is the type of data? Data type will be changed into what type? Data type. You can also unmute and speak. It will be changed into data frame. You remember I told you data frame, right? And then the total size of data is 78,000 plus rows and 19 columns. All right. So what is the opportunity number? Who are the supply groups? The supply groups and supply subgroups. So from what region of US, Northwest or Pacific or Midwest, and how this product is routed to the market. Directly, sometimes we get it from direct dealers, or we go in for reseller, or we buy things using a tele advertisements or something or the other. And how it is routed to market, how many days it was in the sales stage. Well, this is my target value. See, this is a sales data set. See, my objective is whether the sale is win or loss. Okay, here my target value, if I'm going to take admissions, whether the student is admitted or not. If there's a disease data set, whether a particular patient has got a disease or not. All right. If you're going to see about the rentals, okay, when people ask for different houses rentals, whether they've taken the rental or not, or if you want to sell a house, whether the house is sold or not. So those are the parameters are my target value. So I'm getting my opportunity result, one on loss, and then the sales stage count, okay, and the total identified days through closing of the sales, through qualifying of the sales, and what is the amount, opportunity amount, okay. Selling this amount is like motorcycle part is 7,750, or what is the client size by revenue, how many times the client has brought from the same people, or client size by employee count, revenue from the client for the past years, are there regular customers, okay, and the ratio identified, the identified days to the total days, okay, then validated to total days and qualified to total days. So this is the ratio and the deal size category. See, this is the call the data set. You're able to understand this data. This data set is about the car accessories being brought into the market, and my objective is to find whether the particular product is won or lost. So my target value specifically here is my, what is my target value here? Let me see on the chat. What would be my target value? Yes, please. The target value is my opportunity result. Okay. So this is my sales data, and I told what is the type of values inside my data frame. It is of a NumPy array. So if I take a CSV, when I load it into pandas, it is data frame. But the values inside my data frame is of type NumPy array. Okay, and the head of functions and with values and without values, the tail of functions with values and without values, and D types. So when you're going to develop, this is only the data science, right? When you're going to develop an algorithm on machine learning, on either on classification or clustering or regression, then we will be thinking about the different D types. It should not be int objects. Strings are showed as objects, but here it is not shown as objects. It should be converted into label encoder. I'll just show you. We'll not have a hands-on session. Rather, I will show you a demonstration, right? And this is how I describe. So describe will work for quantitative values or qualitative values. Describe will work for quantitative values or qualitative values. Quantitative data or qualitative? Yeah, rightly said, Saranya ma'am. It works only for quantitative values, right? Yeah, quantitative values, not only for quantitative values it works. Okay, it doesn't work for categorical values. So you get all the descriptive analysis. Remember the types of analytics we have seen on day 1 or day 2 of the class. I think day 1 of the class. What are the types of analytics? Can you list out the types of analytics? Let me see on the chat. What is the first analytics? Yeah, descriptive analytics. Second analytics. What is the second analytics? Diagnostic analytics, rightly said. Third analytics. Yeah, predictive. And the fourth analytics. Prescription, prospective analytics. Prospective analytics, rightly said. So hands off to the professors, listen to the talk very clearly and answer it. Okay? So this will be the only for quantitative and the different attributes. Okay, and unit values. So how it is do? What are the regions we have? You can see northwest, northeast, Pacific, Midwest, southeast, southwest, Midwest, and Mid-Atlantic. Okay, and what is the dimension? It's only 2 dimensions. Values, n unique of the maximum, the minimum, the standard deviation, the kurtosis, and the skews. Yeah. Okay. So this is a kurtosis, and this is to find is there any null values available. All right. And, like this one, I showed you how to take a data set from Seaborn. Okay. So you can also have something called as cross tabs. We have seen value cons on dot. Right? Cross tabs on the x-axis, I'm having my opportunity result, and y-axis how it is routed to market. So with field sales, how many won, how many lost. Okay, through the others, how many won, how many lost. So out of this, I can see reseller has got a better routed to market than the other because they were on the highest sale. Can you see? This function is called cross tab. Okay, cross tab. And also slicing, we have seen. And it's null of drop NA, drop underscore duplicates in place equal to true, it will duplicates will be dropped. Okay. See, we have duplicates here. And the count plot of root to the market. Okay. So which is best routed to market? But we don't have a hue, right? So when I'm going to have the hue, so can you tell me from this graph to which routed to market we have got highest sales? One, which path when it is routed to market, we have got highest. It is not prescription. That is the prescription written by the doctors. Analytics is prospective analytics. I don't know what others are responding. You are also responding the same. Okay, it is not prescription. It is prospective analytics.
Perspective analysis.
Yeah, prospective. Yeah, prospective analytics. Because people are posting onto the chat as prescription. Prescription will be written by the doctor. All right. Okay. When you see onto this graph, can you tell me where you have got the highest loss? Through which path of the sales we have got the highest loss, and through which path of the sale we have got the highest one? Pick, please.
Who sales, ma'am?
Field sales we have the highest. Highest loss through reseller we have got the highest one in this data set. All right, and also I can set my margin style. See, can I see the difference between the previous and this graph? I can set the styles of this, right? Dark grid, and if I want what size I want to have it in my SSN, SNS, and the counter market, same thing. And I'm trimming off the two. See, sometimes it is a general CBOR, and also I can have graphs like this with xticks, plt.xticks. I can make the rotation to 30. Remember, we give plt.xticks, the label values 1, 2, and 3, right? So here I'm giving as rotation to 30, so it is little made to 30 degree. Okay. Yeah. So reseller has the best profit. Okay, the highest losses with the field sales. Okay, and also I'm taking to the supply groups. Okay, supply groups. My objective is the field, the sale should be 1 hour loss. Okay, 1 hour loss. Okay, which now see to this graph and tell me which has got the highest sales and which has got the highest loss. Which supply subgroups have brought me a highest sale, highest one, and which has got the highest loss. Because more than working, writing your inference is more important. Motorcycle parts, sale, or 1 hour loss. Motorcycle path has got the highest loss, and also it has got the highest sale. Okay. So this is with the supply groups. That was supply subgroups. This was the group. So car accessories has got the highest loss and the highest win. So we have to, and this is your violent plot. Okay, you can also use a violent plot. In C1, you've got different palettes, right? Like set 1, set 2, set 3. Normal palette is the blue and the orange. If I'm going to give set 2, you can see it like with orange. I think it's orange and blue. Yeah, different. So, yeah, different sets. This looks like a violin where you have kernel density explain, kernel density estimate. Where your values are more, the density will be more. Okay. So this is because of this. Okay. And This is the categorical plots. Okay, categorical plots. And the kind is violent plot. Okay. Takes time to run it. So I'm giving a category plot and the type is a violent. Can you see here? As of a violent plot. Okay. And also I'm having as a subgroups. Okay. So root market and elapsed rate, opportunity reserve, and each column is one supply subgroups. So it makes to be a subplots. Like in matplot, we have to define your subplots. Now Z1 it itself can take it if I define columns. So one is car accessories, one is performance, the other is car electronics, tires and wire, and I get it, right? And the next categorical plot, and this is an example of cat plot, okay, categorical plot of it is different plots, right? So these are how it has been through each region, okay? And this is an example of strip plot, okay? You have also got strip plots, okay? What strip plots, how it is routed to market. Okay, can you see some outliers or the stage is more here? And this is an example of factor plot. And also you will wait, you will get the pair plot. See, out of all the 19 columns, how it has been paired with the other columns, but on the diagonal, listen carefully, on the diagonal, the correlation will be high. Okay, the correlation will be high, so it will be having the highest value 1. Okay, the next is a joint plot of KDE. KDE stands for kernel density estimate. Kernel. Can you see a joint plot? Okay, how many days they are identified in sales stage to the total stage. Okay, so this is also another joint plot. This is histograms. This kind is KDE. I can have different kinds. All right, now the pair plots are running. Let's see. I'm just showing a demonstration so that you'll be able to understand how huge you can work with data science. And here it provides correlation. Okay, the normal correlation is Pearson correlation, and also it provides Spearman's correlation and Kendall correlation. Spearman's correlation and Kendall's correlation. Also it supports. Waiting for the pair plot to run. It takes time to run. Okay, each of them will be paired. Okay, each of them will be paired. Any doubts till now? Any doubts till now? Yes, no? If the answer is yes, whether you understand or no? Okay, no doubts. Thank you, Saranya ma'am. Thank you, Ajita ma'am. Okay, able to find the difference between Seaborn and Matplotlib? Can you able to visualize how Seaborn has got a higher level visualization in comparison with Matplotlib? Yes, no? Okay. Yes. Okay. Now I will show you an example of bokeh. Okay, that I worked it out in a Jupyter notebook. So what is bokeh all about? Okay. So like this, like Matplotlib's visualization package and Seaborn's higher level visualization package. Like bokeh is also, you can make it and also customize to web applications, right? And also you can make it like what if scenario. Is there anybody here work with what if scenarios on Excel? What if scenarios? Okay, so that also could be done using bokeh. Okay, that also could be done using bokeh. And you can have an interactive graphs. Okay, and also you can have plots, create dashboards, and it could be published onto your web pages. Okay, and here also you can also have your customized JavaScripts. Anybody here has have enough knowledge of JavaScript? JavaScript? Okay. And it's quite challenging also to have an online session right from 9 o'clock till 2:30. All right. And, so I will show you an example of bokeh. It's loading. Now you are able to hear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So from bokeh.plotting, I'm importing packages as figures, the output file and show. Okay, I told you right, I can get output as HTML. Okay, when I run this file, I'm plotting onto my x-axis 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, onto my y-axis 6, 7, 2, 4, 5, and the line width size is 2. Okay, I'm showing you the plot. Right? It is running, so you can see an asterisk symbol here. You can see an asterisk symbol. So how we gave like x, y, as in Matplotlib. Can you see the difference with reference to Matplotlib to Seaborn to Bouquet? Can you see? You're getting it as an HTML page itself, right? And also you have this. If you want to see only this part, it visualizes, right? You can screen it and also you can save it. Or if I want to see the values of only this particular path, I can move wherever I want. This is not possible in the other graph. Or if I want to zoom only this part, that also could be done to get accurate values. Able to understand how OK works? All right. And the next file is lines.html is simple with X and Y. Okay. The labelings. Always when I use bouquet and it takes to be as an HTML page. Get the output. From here also I can show, right? With the legends, you remember the legends we used in Matplotlib? Can you see here line 1, y is equal to x, y is equal to x power 2, 10 power x, 10 power x to the power of 2. The 4 different lines. Able to understand how it is different in each? Okay. So I'm giving my x and my values, and y is I to the power of 2 and 10 to the power of 5 and 10 to the power of I to the power of 2, right? I'm using whatever the lines that I need, right? Red, orange, white. Okay. I want to change it to be a triangle or whatever it is. That is also possible. So we have seen Matplotlib, Seaborn, and Bouquet. Okay. And here you get it as if I want to see only this part of it, that is also possible. Or if I want to curate it and see only the transition part, that is also possible. All right. Able to understand or just to visualize how bouquet works? Yes, no? Yes? Kindly do respond. Okay. So the next thing that we are going to see is folium. Okay, it is easy to visualize your data, right? It is to map it onto my maps. If I want to map it onto my maps, the package is Python package is folium. Okay, binding of data to maps. Like here, you can have chlorophyll. I told you, right? The student who worked on geospatial data, she worked with chlorophyll. All right, and how to have markers onto that, how to have markers onto it. Let me show you an example of it. Okay, so I'm installing pip install folium package, numpy, pandas, and folium as f4.map. You know, every package, right? Every place we have latitude and longitude. If you have used your Google Maps, right? Each location of yours is identified by the latitude or longitude. Do you remember it? For every location, say for example, say I'm from Chennai. I want to have Chennai latitude and longitude. Can you see? It's a unique value. The latitude and longitude is a unique value. So using folium package, I can map the location onto the map leaflets. Okay, I can map it onto my map leaflets, that is 13.08 and 80.27, the latitude and the longitude. So I'm giving 22.57 and 88.3. It is somewhere in Calcutta, Howrah. Okay. So I'm mapping onto Calcutta. The basic folium map, right?
Recording in progress.
Okay. So I'm using the title of OpenStreetMap. Okay. Can you see a location? Howrah, Kolkata. Okay. So for the next, if I'm giving 18, 13 and 18, I showed you right, for Chennai it is 13.08 and 80.27. If you see that here, you can find Chennai map. Can you see 13.08 and 80.27? Okay, how many of you are from Chennai? Post it onto the chat if you are from Chennai. See. Can you see, able to see Chennai's map? Like Georgetown, Ayanavaram, Anna Nagar, Avri. Only Saranya ma'am, Ajita ma'am, Manita ma'am, Arul Kumar sir, you are all from Chennai. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I am from Chennai. Oh, you are not from Chennai, Emily ma'am. Okay. Okay. Any doubts, Nazim sir? Okay, there is an open street map, and also you have Stayman's map. Okay, Stayman terrain. So it looks like this. Okay, so as owner of this, you get Chennai map, and also the other maps. It is Stayman toner. Okay, this is Stayman toner. The next map. I'm from Chennai. Thank you, Nazi. I'm from Madurai, specific. Yeah. You're from Howrah. Yeah, the first map we showed you, right? Prasanta sir, it's Howrah. Yeah. Nice. Most of you are from Chennai. I'm from Omar. Nice. Okay. Can you see this is the Stayman Stoner? So also you can have markers between Howrah and Victoria Memorial Hall. We just made a marker onto that, right? And also circles with old Kolkata to street on Stayman. All right. So likewise, you've got a lot of visualization packages that you can work on with, right? That you can work on with. Even I've made an entire, oh, you're from Professor, oh, yeah, you're from Chennai. Sorry, you're from Kolkata. Nice, you can see your place on the map. I hope you feel happy when you see your place on map, right? So, and my pop-ups here for Kolkata and what pop-ups I need to have it on also could be possible here. Okay, so this is how you can do your visualization with regard to your maps. Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, so moving on to the next package that we have seen is Foley. The next package is Plotly. Okay, afternoon comes soon for the session. Within 10 minutes, we'll wind up the session. And then when we come into the afternoon session, we are going to have a quiz. Okay, I generally have it as a Mentimeter live quiz, but I don't know, but only if you are responding. I'm not using a Menti quiz. We are going to have a Google quiz. So Google Forms only I'm preparing for the afternoon session to evaluate whatever we have learned. And okay. So Plotly is another visualization, right? Based on, it's a company based in Montreal, okay, and it's for developing online analytics, statistics, and graphing tools, right? So it has libraries for Arduino, for Julia, for Matplot, for Perl, for Python, for R, and for Rest. All right. And so when you take the basic plots, okay, you can have a scatter plot, you can have a line plot, same thing you have it on Matplotlib and Seaborn, lines and box plot and contour plot, and also time series plot. For financial ones, you can have it for a time series plot. So it makes an interactive graph. Okay, you can have an interactive graph. I just show you a demonstration of it. All right. And it has got amazing features, better than any other graphing libraries, right? It's interactive as by default. The charts are not saved as images, but they are saved as JSONs. Okay, they are saved as JSONs, and you can use it for print and publications. Now I'll show you. See, I've taken the kidney data set, right? The kidney data sets. Okay, the particular patient has chronic kidney disease or not? Yes or no? All right. So when you do it, CKD means the person has a kidney disease, and not CKD means they don't have a kidney disease. Okay. So I'm importing pandas. I know all these things I've already dealt with you. Okay, coming into the visualization part of it, I'm importing Plotly. Okay, and see, I will show you how it works for Plotly. So you can see this is the seaborn. It's a palette from macro and different palettes are available. Rocket. And I'm moving on to Plotly as we don't have much time. And also you've got packages for missing numbers we are not dealing. If you want to learn entire about data science, you can join in for the course and we will teach you everything. This pushing towards plot. This is the heat maps. I told you about correlations, right? Default is Pearson's correlation and also Spearman's and Kernel correlation also works. Yeah. Import plot versus PS. I'm getting my class. It doesn't. Can you say move over? Can you see the values? Can you see the values here? Yes. So this is how when I use a plot like that, it's interactive. So you're able to visualize how it is what for Matplotlib, how the visualization is for Seaborn, how it was in Bokeh, and how it is there in Plotly. Folium is for the maps. Okay, the same thing I'm using a scatter plot. When I'm hover over, I can see the hemoglobin level. So we don't see the color and they've got a kidney disease. So I can see the packed cell volume is higher for people with chronic kidney disease. It's 52, and without kidney disease, their packed cell volume is 21. All right. So the same thing, you can have bar graph. This is a bar plot. So, and also you can have a wire plot. You can have the values that you can see to it. Okay. This is how each visualizations are different. Okay, let us quickly try to recap. What did we start off with in the morning session? Can I have the participants? Like every session, we have a recap of it, right? Today is the final session. Just tell me, please. Share it onto the chat. What did we start off the morning session? We started with Matplotlib, visualization. Okay. What are the graphs I showed you in Matplotlib? Can you tell me what are the plots we have seen in Matplotlib? Line plot. Yeah. Line plot. Box plot. Then scatter plots. Yeah. Histograms. Histograms, right? Yes. And also we saw how to use the X labels and the Y label, and then the title. Then we saw about Y limit, X sticks. Yes. These are the things we have seen on our Matplotlib. Okay. Yeah, right. They also support. Thank you for remembering. Line plot, box plot, and next we moved on into the next thing was a Seaborn, right? Seaborn is a higher level interface. What did I show you in Seaborn? I showed you count plot, box plot, violent plot. There is some audio problem, Professor Nasim. Okay. Yeah. With the tips data set, I showed you count plot, box plot, and I showed you about the strip plots, right? Strip plots, and then the heat maps, how it finds off the correlation. Yes, I forgot pie chart. Thank you for remembering pie chart. Right, pie chart we have seen, and also we have seen subplots also into it, right? Yes. Then what are the other things we have seen? Count, box, violence, plot, pie. And after one, we move on into bouquet, right? Bouquet is a higher level interface where we saw how to have it as a web page, right? Interactive, like with an HTML page, how you get it, right? And also save figures, yes. How to save figures in Matplotlib we saw. So here we saw the demonstration of the different graphs, and then we moved on into Folium package. Folium, and I just showed you how to use it for the maps with the latitude and longitude and different things, right? Map location. And lastly, we saw about Plotly. It's a highly interactive graph. So you get all the graphs. Bar, violin, scatter. Yes. All these we have seen.
XY bar chart.
XY bar chart. Yeah. All these we have seen as demos into it, right? So hope you are able to visualize how different is each visualization package. Okay. So afternoon when we join back for the generally for the valedictory, first we are going to have a quiz. Let's see what scores that we are going to get it. Hope this session would have been useful to you. All right, and meet you by 1. Over to the organizers.